Jiro frowned and asked, "Then it's so good. Why should it be renamed JX Pharmaceutical?" The assistant said, "I haven't heard about this." However, after the name was changed to JX Pharmaceutical, their shareholding structure has also changed. Before, the Wei family held 100% of the shares, but after the change, the Wei family only held 20% of the shares. The remaining 80% are held by a mysterious person. Mysterious person? Jiro asked in surprise. Can't you find out who this mysterious person is? Unable to find out. Assistant reported. This equity structure has top lawyers behind it, hiding the key information of major shareholders. It is impossible to find out who owns 80% of the shares. I think this matter is not simple. The major shareholder behind this might have a strong background. We must act cautiously. Jiro nodded, gritted his teeth and said, I don't need you to say that I know that this person's background is definitely not ordinary, but now we can't take care of that much. Kobayashi Pharmaceutical takes off soon, and I absolutely cannot allow its wings to be cut off by this JX Wizen at this time. The assistant hurriedly asked him, President, what do you mean? Jiro said, tomorrow morning, go to JX Pharmaceutical. The assistant said, Chairman, Miss Nanako will be participating in the finals tomorrow morning. Don't you go to the scene to cheer her on? Jiro waved his hand. The top priority now is to gnaw off JX Pharmaceutical. If we can't gnaw it down, then I can't gnaw off Nanako. If we can gnaw it down, then Nanako will bend sooner or later. She can't escape from the palm of my hand. The assistant immediately nodded and said, President, I understand. Jiro said, by the way, we should contact now and mobilize a group of masters from China to try to get them to Orus Hill at noon tomorrow. If the head of JX Pharmaceutical is very iron and can't chew it down, let these masters solve it for us. The next day, Jiro left early in the morning. Charlie, after eating breakfast made by his mother-in-law Elaine, borrowed the car of his old man and drove to Orus Hill Stadium. I have to say that since Elaine became soft, Charlie's life at home has been much more comfortable. And since Elaine heard Charlie say that he can pay her for taking care of his future children, she changed the way to lick Charlie, and at the same time kept persuading Claire of course to have a baby early. Elaine has been married to Jacob for so many years, and her cooking skills have never improved. Anyway, she has been fooling her husband and daughter. But now, she actually started to study the recipe with her mobile phone, and she was determined to maintain Charlie, so that she could have a good life in the future. She already understood it. Although Charlie is an orphan with no background, he has also mastered a craft of feng shui. In the future, this family will definitely not be short of money. In addition, she lives in this big villa of Thompson, which is worth more than 100 million. Don't mention too much satisfaction. So, for Charlie now, she just wanted to please, not anything else. This point surprised both Claire and Jacob. The two of them did not expect that Elaine, who had never bowed his head at home, would start to bow to Charlie. Of course, the two of them knew very well that Elaine was running for money. After all, no one knew Elaine's behavior better than them. But there is nothing wrong with this, at least there won't be any troubles in the house. Charlie drove to the stadium, which was already crowded. Today's final can be said to have attracted national attention. The people all over the country want to see if the dark horse Aushwei can be blacked to the end and directly get a champion back. When Charlie came backstage, Aushwei had already arrived early. Seeing him coming, she was ashamed and happy, holding his arm, and asked him softly, Master, do you think I can win today? Charlie nodded and said seriously, I think you will definitely win. As he said, he couldn't help thinking of Nanako again. Admittedly, Nanako's strength was much higher than Aushwei's before, but Aushwei's strength now surpassed Nanako by a large margin. Therefore, Charlie didn't worry about Aushwei's victory. However, he was faintly worried whether Aushwei would accidentally and seriously injure Nanako during the game. To be honest, he has a good impression of the girl Nanako. Although she is a woman, he has to admit that she is a model of beauty in terms of appearance, figure, personality, temperament, family education and accomplishments. These 8 words, such as quiet as a virgin and moving as a rabbit, are the best interpretation of her. Any normal man will inevitably feel things when facing such a tender woman. She is like the most splendid and fragrant flower, and everyone will feel a little caring. Although Charlie didn't like her, his appreciation still accounted for the majority. Appreciating a person naturally does not want that person to be harmed. However, the opponent she faced right now was Little Pepper Aushway. From the competition, Charlie certainly hopes that Aushway will win, and at the same time she can also win honor to the Chinese. However, personally, he didn't want Nanako to be hurt too badly. At a certain moment, Charlie wanted to urge Aushway to leave her a little bit of strength after she took the stage, and not hurt Nanako too badly. However, after hesitating for a while, he gave up the idea. Because, he knew he could not interfere with Aushway's game. If he said this, Aushway would definitely be shocked and lost. After all, he's the master who she admires infinitely in her eyes, and is also her current coach. If he were to show mercy to her enemies before her game, she would definitely feel betrayed.